So I thought I needed to check out one more video from my boy Flixtoon, even though I don't really want to. And I picked this video about Larry, as that's a character that don't do much in the show, so this video title should be a lie, and he should just make a bunch of stuff up in this one as well, just like in the Plankton video. Or like Karen. Actually, the video was about Karen, but it was in actuality just about Plankton schemes, so I mean, I misspoke, but did I really?
From turning a beach day into his own personal bodybuilding show to acting like the king of Goo Lagoon, Gary's love for Gary knows no bounds.
Alright, so we're off to a great start. He already don't know what character he's talking about.
Larry steps in and hugs the rage out of the crabby crustacean.
Relax, little crab guy.
Muscle mitch off me! Get off! Get!
Why can this robot use long clips of the recent seasons, but I can't without my videos getting blocked? Anyway, that's besides the point. This episode is like one of 2 episodes in the show where Larry actually plays a significant role, so he's not gonna have to lie just yet.
Between screaming customers and his heavy-handed management, the entire community gets caught in his CrossFit delusion. Potential sentences. If Larry's actions were brought to trial under American law, negligent endangerment. Larry could face fines of up to $2,500.
Oh no, not this shit. Counting up character crimes in cartoon shows is like the easiest way to out yourself as a content farm. AI or not, this shit is everywhere now, and channels spawn in to do just that.
Possibly some community service, maybe running safety drills for the Krusty Krab instead of weightlifting competitions. Exploitation of workers, fines ranging from $1,000 to $5,000 plus mandatory training in actual management practices.
I'm really thankful he didn't do this with Karen, since it's just a chore to sit through all this yapping.
Larry's heart was in the right place, I guess, but his ego overshadowed everything. Instead of helping customers live healthier lives, he turned the Krusty Krab into his personal boot camp and alienated everyone. By the end, even Larry admits he went too far.
Why do you sound so mad? Like, if I didn't already think this was an AI content farm, I would think this guy just genuinely can't tell that this is a cartoon. Like, calm down, gang, this is not like that deep. Are you Mr. Enter?
Disturbing the peace. Another $500 to $2,500 in fines for turning a family-friendly burger joint into a gym from hell.
Okay, I don't care. Let's move on to the next episode so we can talk about Spongebob instead of copy-pasting US laws into his script.
Next, Larry builds a temple to his one true love, himself. Welcome to Larry's gym, where the weights are heavy but the narcissism is even heavier.
Oh, okay, that's the other episode where Larry does something. He doesn't really do anything bad though, so I guess he's just gonna recap the episode and then maybe lie a bit, who knows.
That reminds me, you need to start hydrating right now.
Larry puts SpongeBob through beginner training, which is mostly an ego trip disguised as encouragement.
Explain, please? I can't stand this guy, like, he has decided the narrative for the video and now needs to interpret every Larry scene to, like, fit that narrative.
Larry doubles down, dragging him to an exercise class for crunches. Shocker, SpongeBob's abs don't materialize. Meanwhile, Larry's paperwork pile grows bigger than his biceps, and Krabs is freeloading like it's a full-time job.
Larry has not done anything bad, by the way. Not even anything egotistical. Flixtoon just recaps what other characters are doing.
Krabs isn't missing though. He's cooked himself in Larry's gym steam room and asks for a butter rubdown. Oh, Krabs. Crimes committed by the lobster. Negligent endangerment. Larry encourages fitness antics with zero regard for safety.
Maybe your avatar shouldn't be on screen, like, what am I looking at?
Misdemeanor fines up to $2,500 and some good old community service. Exploitation of vulnerable individuals. Larry preys on SpongeBob's self-esteem and pressures him into a lifetime membership for science, promoting unattainable fitness standards and squeezing membership fees from Bikini Bottom's weakest residents.
This is just Sponge Truths all over again. This guy's gonna start counting in Liberian dollar any moment now.
What happens when Larry takes SpongeBob under his wing? Nothing good. Get ready for a beach day filled with chaos, sunburns, and Larry's unchecked ego.
Alright, so here he's just gonna lie and blame the character that's in the title of the video again.
Larry, who mistakes the vanilla ice cream splattered on SpongeBob's face for sunscreen. He immediately recruits SpongeBob as his new sidekick because who needs actual qualifications when you look the part?
Say, we're a little short-handed around here. How would you like to work the beach?
I'd love it!
Why is the footage shaking? Is all you need to add some effect and subtitles and the copyright demons are off your back? Robot privileges.
You saved my life!
SpongeBob realizes being a lifeguard is actual work, something Larry conveniently forgets to mention before he bails for some tanning time with the ladies.
He thinks bro is a lifeguard, so just don't try to frame this as him being like sinister or something. Just watch the episode, he made a dumb decision.
Now SpongeBob, who can't even swim, is left in charge of the entire lagoon. Good idea? Hell no! Cue SpongeBob's meltdown. Desperate to keep the beach empty, SpongeBob lures everyone out with ice cream. Nothing clears a lagoon like free dairy.
And now Larry is out of the episode, so we should probably stop recapping since the character the video is about is gone, right?
Holy cow! Somebody's drowning!
Oh no, that's not possible. The lagoon is closed.
Dude, get your butt in the water!
SpongeBob's rescue attempts are next level ridiculous. He tries tossing a life preserver, drinking the entire lagoon with a straw, accidentally swallowing Patrick in the process.
Is this video about SpongeBob being dumb, or
Patrick destroys the boat in a panic, and now both of them are drowning in ankle-deep water.
Help! Help us! We're drowning!
Showing at the movie theater right now. I'm done with the beat.
Yeah, the crowd is totally over this mess. I'd be too.
why does he sound so offended by this? Like, sorry, this voice acting is not it, like AI or human, like, nah.
Larry rolls back in to casually save the day. He drags their silly butts out of the water, unimpressed with SpongeBob's lifeguard skills, and promptly demotes him to practicing swimming in a kiddie pool.
So Larry came back and did something good. Great.
Larry's negligence almost turns Goo Lagoon into a disaster zone. Potential penalty, fines up to $2,500 and mandatory community service.
Stop massaging the screen, Baldy. I'm mad uncomfortable.
Crimes committed by SpongeBob SquarePants. False alarm. SpongeBob screams about sharks and sea monsters causing unnecessary panic. Even the actual sea monster has a bone to pick with him for stereotyping. This level of overreaction could easily be classified as a false alarm. Potential penalty.
Gang, move on. This video is not about SpongeBob. You have made like 10 videos on his supposed crimes already. Like, can we talk about Larry?
Summary of legal woes. Larry, negligent endangerment, $2,500 fine. SpongeBob, false alarm, $500 to $1,500 fine. SpongeBob, disturbing the peace, $500 to $2,500 fine. Total damage up to $6,500.
He, for some reason, like, adds these up as well, as if it's not like two different characters. I can't say I'm the biggest fan of Mr. Robot's video structure.
Just when you thought things couldn't get more absurd, Larry shows up to prove that living dangerously is just code for dragging SpongeBob and Patrick into the most reckless day of their lives.
The guy coming up with these video ideas, or like the guy writing prompts into ChatGPT, must hate fun.
Living like Larry. Living like Larry.
The next day, Patrick decides their bubble-blowing, carefree lives aren't cutting it. He throws himself onto a seahorse, promptly gets bucked off, and ends up in a full-body bandage.
Just like the Karen video, it's just character appearing in the beginning of the episode, then recapping the entire middle portion featuring totally different characters.
Next stop, the outskirts of Bikini Bottom, where Patrick shows him a rickety board leading down a deep canyon. Naturally, he plans to skate it. SpongeBob finally tries to bring some sanity to the situation, explaining that living like Larry doesn't mean dying like Larry.
Can't wait for him to come to the conclusion that Larry owes the Liberian government $1 million cause he talked in the first minute of the episode.
But SpongeBob cuts the rope anyway. As the two fly toward doom, Larry finally shows up to stop them, but too late.
Look, guys! My advice wasn't meant to be taken literally! I meant to live life to the fullest, not to maim yourselves!
So once again, Larry showed up to save them, even explaining what he meant.
Crimes committed. Negligent endangerment, Larry the Lobster. Encouraging two naive sea creatures to live like Larry without any warning or guidelines? That's reckless. If their stunts led to serious injuries, which they obviously did, Larry could easily face charges.
Shut your bitch ass up, try to defend that in court. Next he starts charging SpongeBob and Patrick, like that's what the video is about, while sounding like he's about to cry.
Destruction of property, SpongeBob and Patrick, $1,000 to $5,000. Total damage up to $15,000 in fines and a collective ban on extreme sports. Larry's careless advice turned SpongeBob and Patrick into Bikini Bottom's most destructive daredevils.
Does this mean that if I tell Flixtoon to delete his channel? Nah, but maybe.
Larry's muscles might be big, but his ego, even bigger. Let's dive into ripped pants to see him in action.
Nah, you should have ended at the last episode. There's no way you're gonna argue about this one.
SpongeBob and Sandy are enjoying a sunny day at Goo Lagoon when Larry struts over, flexing his lobster claws and tossing out invitations to pump some iron.
That's like the only thing Larry does in this episode, by the way. So, I'm curious, where can we go from here?
The beachgoers are canning themselves, and SpongeBob realizes he stumbled onto something bigger than weightlifting: comedy gold. At first, SpongeBob milks the ripped pants gag like it's the funniest thing ever, but comedy has a shelf life.
Tell that to season 14. Also, this is just a recap of Ripped Pants without talking about Larry, who the video is about.
Sandy forgives him, but because SpongeBob can't end things without one more gag, guess what?
Would you sign my pants?
Absolutely.
Rips his underwear while signing Larry's shorts. Yeah, the joke's on SpongeBob.
Yeah, so why include this why include this episode in a video about Larry being egoistic? Huh?
Negligent endangerment, Larry. As a self-proclaimed fitness guru and apparent beach authority, Larry stood by while SpongeBob escalated his dangerous antics.
This guy might actually send me a cease and desist for like terrorist threats over making this video. I should be careful.
Sure, Larry was busy flexing, but as the muscle-bound role model, he could have stepped in before things went off the rails. Penalty, $2,500 fine.
SpongeBob was lifting a stick, Robot Boy. Went off the rails how exactly?
False advertising, Larry. If Larry's reputation as a fitness leader makes people believe Goo Lagoon is a safe, well-regulated beach, SpongeBob's antics prove otherwise. That could land Larry in hot water for misrepresentation. Penalty, $1,000 to $5,000.
Cause that makes sense at all? What? I don't even understand what he is talking about right here. I think he's watching a different episode where like people came to the beach because of Larry and then SpongeBob started shooting them or something. I have no idea, bro.
Ripped Pants is a cautionary tale about moderation and knowing when to quit while you're ahead. Larry's overconfidence as a fitness influencer set the stage for SpongeBob's comedic downfall.
Hi ChatGPT, please write me a script about how Ripped Pants is actually Larry's fault. Thank you.
SpongeBob's first mistake? Throwing a party.
According to the plan your own party, kid.
Don't ever make that face again, gang. And also, SpongeBob's first mistake, Larry,
SpongeBob hears invite literally everyone in Bikini Bottom. Meanwhile, over at Patchy's subplot, because this is one of those episodes, he's hosting his own chaotic party, complete with a pirate guest list and Poddy's Bird Brains rock band.
Is Larry gonna show up in Patchy's live-action subplot? There's probably like a lobster in the background or something, like a lobster that they're gonna eat, and then it's the lobster's fault, so it's Larry's fault.
which drives him up the wall. You know, because nothing screams house party like literal mutiny and some loud squawking.
No, ChatGPT, the script is too short. I need more words. I need to make my video 27 minutes long.
Larry the lobster, though? Oh, he's thriving.
Larry, my man, you are looking good enough to eat. Oh yeah, baby. Could use a little teeth whitener, though. I'm sure Spongebob won't mind.
It's peak Larry. SpongeBob's desperation escalates.
It's peak Larry? That's all you have to say, bro. Like, he talks about this episode for like minutes, and then Larry does something and he just says, it's peak Larry, and then he moves on to recap more of the episode. Like, you can't make this up.
And nearly gets arrested when the police conveniently decide his crime isn't the attempted break-in entering of his own home, but not inviting them to the party. Meanwhile, Larry's probably leading party games like Pin the Praise on the Lobster.
Keyword, probably. I could do that too. You're probably right now like having a charger stuck to you, like resetting you for your next AI appearance. The fuck am I saying? I don't know. Does that mix? I'm calling him a robot. That's what it is. I'm calling him AI.
It was the best party ever. Why? Because SpongeBob wasn't there micromanaging the fun. The guests enjoyed themselves precisely because he wasn't there to stop Larry from taking center stage and turning the party into an ego-boosting Larry-thon.
I'm so thankful that there is only 1 minute left. Like, I can't stand, bro. Like,
Larry's crimes are more social. Party takeover, turning SpongeBob's shindig into the Larry Show. Sure, it's not illegal, but it's definitely obnoxious. Outshining the host. It takes a certain lack of self-awareness to outshine SpongeBob at his own party, and yet Larry somehow manages to make this a recurring talent.
None of this happened. Like, literally none of this happened. Yeah, I don't know what to say. There's like, how much is there left? 30 seconds. Let's power through.
Or better yet, let Larry host. He seems to have it all figured out, even if it's at everyone else's expense. But hey, I'm just a guy who likes cartoons.
Cap. On both parts, I think. That was this video. Oh god, I have to watch all of this again to edit it.